Hello everyone, this is EDC Ghost again, and we're going to be doing another review. I would say this is going to be a long-term review. I've had this knife for a while. This is the Boker Stubby Strike Desert Warrior. Interesting thing about Boker, it's a German-made company. They have a different lineup, so this comes from the Boker Plus, which are designed in Germany but made in various locations like Taiwan, China, Italy, and the USA. So this one is a made in Taiwan, which is not a bad thing. Knives made in Taiwan are usually pretty good, so don't let that not get this knife because it's made in Taiwan. Taiwan's a great place where knives are made. A lot of good knives come from Taiwan, actually. Boker also has a Magnum, which is more of their budget lineup, which is made in China. And then they have a lineup that is made in Argentina, and then they have their lineup made in Germany. So again, this one is the one made in Taiwan, and this is an auto knife. This is actually, I believe, the first knife I ever bought from Blade HQ, and I actually can't believe I still have the box. So I've had this knife, I think 3 years, maybe even 4 years. I put the lanyard and this little bead on here myself, so yours will not come with this. This is auto knife. This is a plunge lock knife. Here is the safety, as you can see here. So that is safe, and when you push the safety back, you can see that little red dot comes up, so you're ready to launch. And this knife does have quite the kick to it. This has a plunge lock, so you push the button again to unlock the knife, and then push it to fire. So this knife, as you can see, has definitely been used. I've wore off some of the green paint. This is an aluminum handle, a D2 steel blade, deep carry pocket clip. I do like this jimping on top. And this is a small knife. This is a California legal knife. And this knife goes for about $65 on Blade HQ right now. This aluminum handle, tip up carry, flat grind on the blade with a drop point, and then a steel liner on the inside. This does not have a reversible pocket clip. Of course, you really can't with the button and safety on this side. So you can see there's quite a bit of wear on the pocket clip. But this knife has been really great. It's always stayed pretty sharp. I've hardly ever had to sharpen this knife, and I've cut a lot of things with this knife, from packages to tape to cheese to just about whatever. Actually, this knife has served as a fork for me at one time, and this is, it's supposed to mimic kind of a tactical knife. Of course, having this small blade and small profile, it's not very tactical per se, but it is a fun little knife. But yeah, I actually had to use this as a fork one time at Buffalo Wild Wings. They didn't give us any silverware, and they didn't have any silverware for some reason. And I actually had to use this as a fork. So it works pretty good for a fork if you're in a pinch like that. But the blade length is great for small everyday tasks. We'll compare it to a couple of other knives here. I decide where to put this. So we'll compare it to the Navslander 1 here, and the Spyderco Para 3. So as you can see, it's a pretty small knife. I mean, compared to the Para 3, I think the whole knife is about as big as the handle here. So yeah, definitely a small knife for sure. I would say the Navslander 1 is your typical sized knife, and yeah, pretty small. Pretty small indeed. Does not take up a lot of room in your pocket. Could even be carried in the third pocket, possibly. This is a little thicker, so maybe that wouldn't be as comfortable. But definitely a small knife for sure. The tape measure out and do some measurements here. So blade length, you're looking at, I mean, basically right at 2 inches or a little below. Overall length, you're looking at basically right there at 5 inches, or maybe 5 1/16. So yeah, I mean, overall length of the knife, 5 inches with a 2-inch blade. So that's what you're getting with this knife. Again, a fun knife, a tactical looking knife. And the knife definitely hits hard. So that also, you can lock the safety out while it's open, and you cannot push that button in. So if you're in a situation where you were prying on this knife for whatever reason and you tried to hit that button, you cannot push it with that safety locked back in place like that. Yeah, great knife, a comfortable knife. Like I said, I like this jimping here, and I like this shape here that keeps you from running into the blade. And yeah, just a small little knife. Again, the handle is small. The lanyard definitely helps to get your pinky around that and just to be able to grip that a little bit better. But yeah, just a small little knife. I mean, it's been a great knife for me. It's worked good. It's wore in good. I kind of like how it's worn in. Gives it that just patinaed look, that war-torn look, kind of. And just a great knife. So again, you can pick this up on several different places. I picked this one up on Blade HQ, along with actually I got both the lanyard and the lanyard bead. I tied lanyard myself, but I got the rope on Blade HQ. But yeah, great knife from Boker. Hopefully I can get some more knives from Boker. They have a real popular model, the Kalashnikov. A lot of people talk highly of that. I would definitely like to try that out. They've also coming out with some new knives this year. So hopefully we can get our hands on some of those and do some reviews on those in long term. So yeah, that is the Boker Stubby Strike Desert Warrior in OD green with the copper finished blade. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.